Hello, my name is Carrot Cron.
Hey, how do you do? My name is Ricky Fields.
My name is Josie Cottrell.
Hey, I'm David Cowan.
I am Jessica Rigsby.
Dalton York.
I am Jeannie Knetzer.
I am Miss Phillips.
My name is Miss Watkins.
I'm David Limbaugh.
My name is Michelle Finnegar.
I'm assistant principal here at Riverdale High School.
I'm a physics teacher here. I also teach some physical science. I'm also the rugby sponsor.
I am the school counselor here at Riverdale for students' last names M through R.
At Riverdale, I am a physical science teacher, and I'm one of the deans here.
I'm the head of the wellness department here at Riverdale High School.
I am an integrated 2 math teacher.
I teach special education science.
I teach family and consumer sciences classes and human services.
And I teach integrated math 3 here at Riverdale High School.
And I graduated with my bachelor's degree from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and then earned my master's and my EDS at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro.
I'm just a Blue Raider and I love the college.
I went to Tennessee Tech for my bachelor's degree.
Middle Tennessee State University, go Big Blue.
I attended MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University. I got my undergrad there. I got my first master's there.
I graduated from Oakland High School and MTSU.
And I went to MTSU for my bachelor's, and then Bethel University for my master's.
I got a master's degree from Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
I'm getting my second master's at Tennessee State University.
Motley State Community College for my first 2 years, and I got an associate's degree. And then MTSU for my bachelor's and my master's degrees.
I graduated from the University of Southern Indiana.
And I got my doctorate at Yale University.
Tennessee Tech for my educational specialist degree.
And I'm currently a student at Florida Tech, earning a certificate for behavioral health.
Being the first generation from my family, it was a blessing, to be the first one to graduate from my blessing.
What inspired me the most was seeing the struggles of other members of my family financially, and comparing it to other communities, as well as wanting to impact my community in a positive manner.
My mother was probably my biggest inspiration because growing up, she would always tell my brothers and myself that no matter what happens to you in your life, your education is the one thing that no one can take away from you. Your mind, your knowledge, and what you possess in your brain is yours to own forever.
My inspiration to go to college was because I always wanted to be a teacher. From the time I was a first grader, I had a really great first grade teacher, and I knew I wanted to be a teacher, and to be a teacher you have to go to college. So that's one reason. I also just am a nerd, and I really love school. So
Make mama proud of me.
For me, having come from such a small, rural, homogenous part of the world, that I was always so intrigued by the diversity of everyone around me. Getting to interact with people from different backgrounds, whether that was race or social and economic status, even people from different countries. I really enjoyed that aspect, and that connection really is what pushed me to become a counselor and be able to give back to all of the students that were like me.
my favorite part.
One of my favorite parts were the labs, because for many classes like chemistry or even the engineering classes, you had a separate class for chemistry labs or engineering labs, so you weren't as rushed, you didn't feel as rushed, and you could take your time and kind of enjoy the lab experience a lot more than in high school.
I did get involved in multiple clubs and organizations, so I got to meet some incredible people.
Meeting so many people, the independent nature, having my own space.
I got to build positive relationships with my professors.
I started playing rugby in college.
All the different kinds of diversity that I got to experience. I took lots of different classes and had lots of classmates from other places in the country and the world, and that was really cool.
My favorite part about college, and I remember being so shocked, like one of my first days on campus was like I could wear whatever I wanted to wear. Like, looking around and seeing people in like halter tops and like pajamas and just whatever. Like there's not a dress code. It's great. I got to explore the city of Chattanooga, which I don't think I ever would have done that had I not attended the college.
Dealing with certain challenges at different points in my life before others.
I approach education as an investment in your future, an ability to change your path, and to even help, your family members that you currently have. So you're lifting them up with your success as well in pursuing that secondary degree.
It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I wouldn't have the career that I have now had I not gone to college and then pursued a second degree.
And you'll be successful when it's all said and done. Nobody can take that degree away from you.
Although, getting up early to play football and working and going to college was a challenge, it was still fun, and I really enjoyed all those different aspects to it.
Having gone through that, you can look back on and say, well, I accomplished that. I did that. Mm-hmm. And then later on, when I went back and finished my master's degree on my own, it's like, I did that.
I think I would not be anywhere I am now without that college degree. First of all, I would not have been able to coach football for the past 10 years because I wouldn't have had a college education to be a teacher.
It let me become a teacher because I didn't graduate college until I was 53 years old.
I've just been able to fulfill my dream of being a teacher.
Had I not obtained a college degree, I likely would have not left Southwestern Virginia.
Being the first generation, you inspire other people around you and your family to go.
Inspire others. My granddaughter's freshman in MTSU now.
If my goal for college was, okay, now I can go do something bigger, I can make my own life better and provide things for my family that I didn't have because I got that better education and that better job.
It just gives you a sense of accomplishment knowing that you've set a goal to finish something and you've finished it, and it's really cool for my students to see my diplomas that I have in my room and to tell them that will be them someday.
So it's been a big impact on my life and on my family, changing the trajectory of my family.
Y'all keep doing big things in your life.
I feel like the largest obstacle that I had to face when entering into my post-secondary education was just not knowing all of the different options, the resources, and then really never having someone there that was able to help me along that journey.
And my family was one of those people that grew up on farmland. We did all the farm things, during the summer, then we lived in the city.
Being the first one in your family to do something like this, you don't have that experience of, your parents knowing to take you certain places or to do college tours or to help you move in, and, you don't have those different care packages coming, being their first college, just because they're not aware of the situation.
Really the unknown. Nobody in my family was able to tell me what to expect or what was going to be coming at me that I would need to overcome. So a lot of it was just facing the unknown without having other people to rely on other than like going and asking fellow classmates or professors. So that was a bit of a challenge.
And as far as like you being exposed to that college environment, like nobody knows about that, so you're learning all that on the fly.
So luckily I ended up connecting with people who helped me through all of that, but I think had I had that from the beginning, my path would have been a lot smoother.
I definitely had a lot of obstacles getting started.
My parents were very much supported, yes, go to college, but they knew it would be hard work, and we were kind of poor, so they really couldn't help pay for it. I guess that was the biggest obstacle. I worked full-time and basically put myself through college.
I come from a very dysfunctional family, and I was dealing with, my mother was actually going through a drug addiction at the time that I started college. Doing all of the things to learn to be a college student by myself, I just really didn't have any guidance. So luckily I had lots of teachers that were great and adults that were great to kind of step in.
My parents didn't have any money to put towards my college degree. My first year I had scholarships, but then after that I worked and I paid semester by semester.
FAFSA and student aid. I had student loans, so mine were federal student loans that were enabled me to pay the university to go to school, and then when I graduated I had to pay those back.
Because I came from a low-income family, was able to obtain a Pell Grant, and then because of the financial situation of most of my classmates at the University of North Carolina, I was considered for a diversity scholarship because my family made substantially less than all of the other students, or most of the other students at my school.
So I had to make super good grades, and I was offered a what was considered a full ride in exchange for all of my tuition, and then they gave me money for my books. I had to work 4 hours a week in the math office at MTSU.
I think I would have went as far away as possible and experienced as much difference as possible.
Honestly, I would not change a single thing about my college experience, or my choice, rather.
I gained some of my best friends at the University of North Carolina.
And I was really glad that I chose UTC. I have nothing but good things to say about my college choice.
I have very few things I would change about my college experience.
It's honorable to go ahead and start building that legacy for your family and future generations to come. And there are tons of resources out there. Don't let anybody tell you it's too expensive, or you need to stay home and save money. You can go off to college. You can move to a new state, a new city. You can make a choice that's going to be best for you and your future.
But don't let money be your excuse.
Don't worry about college being too expensive.
Looking at it as an investment and definitely utilizing the resources around you to pursue scholarships.
There's avenues for you to pay for things, especially if you're a first generation college student. There's grants, there's scholarships for you out there, there's opportunities for you in multiple places.
I wouldn't be afraid to take out some loans.
So once you do get that degree, your income increases. So if you do have to take student loan debt, you have a better chance of dealing with that, because that does come up.
Do everything possible that you need to do to get the Tennessee Promise.
There's no reason not to go to your Motlow, your Vol State, your Columbia college and do the 2-year program.
While you are getting those 2 years for free, get a side job, a part-time job, and save up money so that you can pay cash for your other 2 years.
Well, now I would absolutely take advantage of the TN Promise, the Hope Scholarship, things that are there that we didn't have when we went to school.
I would recommend to other first-generation college students to fill out your FAFSA, do all the things to get financial aid, because there is money out there. And if you're coming from a poor family like mine, then you're everything. If you go to a state school, everything's going to be paid for, and you're even going to have money to live on. It's even better than when I was going through.
There's grants out there for first-generation people, so go out there and do some searching for scholarships and grants, and I promise you'll be surprised at how much you can find.
There's different things that are out there. There's tons of scholarships that you can sign up for. You just got to go find them.
Check with your departments at your college. So, for example, at MTSU, in our department, they had specific grants for people who were in that department. In the financial aid office at your school may not have that information. So also talk to your professors once you're there.
My advice would be, if you think college is for you, go to college. Don't let anybody tell you it's not important.
It's all about finding something you like.
Set that goal for yourself. Make a goal board. Take some pictures on the college campus that you want to go to. Put those pictures up everywhere you go, and you just have to set your mind to it and stick with it.
You really have to be disciplined as a first-generation college student, because you don't have a family that knows where you're coming from when you're taking classes and buying books and doing your homework and all those kind of things. So you really have to be disciplined, but also don't be afraid to ask for help.
Just go have fun and do the work that's required each and every day.
Go to every single class. Listen to what the professor is saying and write down notes, and that will be your biggest help, and that will help get you along.
Anything worth having will never be easy. You will have to work.
It's not always going to be easy, but it's doable. If I did it, you can do it.
It's a really big accomplishment to finish college. It's not impossible. You can totally do it. But it will feel like such a sense of accomplishment when you're finished.
Whenever you start feeling discouraged, I promise you will, we all do, seek somebody out that's your cheerleader and talk to them about it.
And don't forget the impact that you can have on the people around you throughout this process. in your future children, your family, your nieces and nephews.
Know what an inspiration you're going to be for other people coming up behind you, little brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews. They're going to look up to you.
And you know, you'll be successful. When it's all said and done, you know, nobody can take that degree away from you.
And if you make the right choices today, you're set up for the rest of your life because you will have that degree always.
Do it, embrace the challenge, grow from it. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make some bad choices. Make sure you respond to those bad choices though and accept those bad choices and those mistakes and grow from them as you move forward.
And if I